Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough to get to Butte's Canvas page. The reason why I do this is some of you might be very well versed in it, and some of you have maybe never done it ever, and that's totally okay. That being the case, if for some reason you happen to have the Canvas app on your phone, while it is amazing and I do love it, I'd highly suggest not using the phone app when it comes to taking quizzes, doing discussions or peer responses. And the reason why I say that is I've had times in the past where students have had moments where the quiz timed out or, they went to send something through and it didn't work. The app itself, while amazing as it is, does have not glitches, but it just doesn't work as well, I've noticed, as working on a laptop or a desktop. So anyway, so please make sure that when you're doing your work that you do keep that in mind. When it comes to quizzes and assignments, I have ways of reopening them, but it becomes too chaotic. So I've kind of put my foot down that I do not reopen quizzes and assignments. So you just got to stay on top of it. Pretty easy. We've got a lot of stuff going on, and we set it up in such a way that I have no worries about you finishing any of it. So if you go to butte.edu, you will find the main page, Butte in the corner, apply now in the other corner. Anyway, so if you go across the top and then scroll down a little, you're going to see where it says current students, new and returning students, all the way over to where it says My BC Login. Go ahead and click on that, and it's going to give you My Butte College BC portal. You click on that, and it's going to bring you to your actual portal page. And it's great. You've got email, all kinds of accessible information. And then you have your Canvas right here in the corner, and you want to click on that. Again, it's the red circle with the silver canvas underneath it. Here you're going to be led to your actual Butte College login, and it's going to send you here to get into your Canvas. If you do not want to jump around and go through all that, one of the things I love Googling is Butte Canvas. Okay, Butte Canvas, one of the top things is going to be your actual Butte Canvas login. Click on that. If it doesn't already send you through to log in, and you're already logged in, it might just send you to your main page. You can ignore the gobbledygook that you just saw there. That's for me as a faculty member. I'm not quite sure what yours will look like, but I have a feeling you don't have as much information. That being said, you're going to be led to the dashboard. The dashboard is going to have all of your classes. Whatever it is, it's going to be there. So on my dashboard here, I'm going to show you what an English 2 class is going to look like for you. You will have something probably pretty cute for a picture. Not as cute as the duckies, but I'll think of something creative for you. There's something to enjoy to look at when you're ready. You're going to see you're going to have your class name to click on. It's going to tell you that it is an online class, meaning you're not going to be meeting with us in person. That being said, our class is going to be a synchronous, meaning you are not going to meet at the same time as you would a regular class. That is nice because it gives you an opportunity to kind of do homework a little bit more when it works for you and to go through lectures. Sometimes it's 2 o'clock in the morning and we got to do the lecture. We can go online and do that. Okay. When you first get onto your page, it's going to probably show you the course summary. Don't panic. Don't worry. Ignore this. I'm going to try and see if I can get the entire thing to go straight to modules when you log on, because that's where you're going to always want to go when you first come into Canvas. So again, modules is going to be on the left hand side below the home and the grades and the syllabus. Boom, modules. Modules are set up so that you can just go there and you are going to have every single thing you need for the entire week. All right, so we're going to have week 1 all the way through to week 8. I'm doing half a semester at a time when it comes to posting all this. That way you're not completely overwhelmed, okay? So week 1, everything that I put on here is in order, okay? So first I'm going to have you read your introduction, and then here you're going to see where you can introduce yourself, and then I'm going to have a little bit of a lecture, and again, it all goes in order in which things will be turned in. Next to where it will say something like introduction, you're going to see little icons. If it has a little piece of paper, that is a page. If I take my mouse and scroll over it, you're going to see the word page pops up. In fact, that means pages are going to be right over here. Okay, you can see that. If you want to find more, you can click there. But I put it all here, make it real easy for you. Okay, so this is going to be your first thing. Pages are where you're going to have all the information. See, there's a page again, and here's a page again. So this is where you're going to have the majority of your information with links. Next, you're going to see what might be an icon with a little comment box, right? And if you hover over it, there you go, discussion topic. That is a homework assignment, okay? And then we see again, we've got a page, and then this little tiny rocket ship is quiz. Okay, you can see the little quiz icon pop up. So you're going to see through this week, you are going to have a page. Pages are kind of like lectures. It's going to give you the information. You're going to have one discussion, two discussions, and a quiz. Okay, so you're going to see this is going to give you all the information that you're going to need for the class. For the introduction, that's the first thing that you're going to click, and this is going to give you class expectations, assignment overview. It's really going to tell you everything you're going to need to know about this particular class. Okay, so I give you the hello and I give you my little intro, and with that, I also am going to include class expectations and an assignment overview. What's really nice about that is I also wrote it all out for you. I wrote a lot. There's a lot of information, and I do this on purpose so that you have every understanding of what to expect in this class. Everything like down below, I have it highlighted what I'm looking for, all the things that you will be doing. It's really, really great. I really do feel that this is incredibly helpful for you, except for the video where I look like a clown screaming at you. So I don't know why that has to be the screen capture, but whatever. Okay, underneath it, you're going to see how to maneuver or our Canvas page. Sorry, you can tell I did this really quick because I knew I was going to be adding the link later. So that was my bad on editing. I'll fix that. So this link here is going to be exactly the video you are watching now, in case you need to go back through and figure out how to use Canvas. So again, as you scroll through, you're going to see a lot of writing. Please read everything. For some of you, you're like, oh my God, she writes so much. I do. I do, and I do it for a reason. All right. So that way there's no confusion as you go forward. You'll always have all the information you need. And I also make it so that you can see this was the assignments. Above it was going to be the homework. And these assignments are the ones that are going to be worth some pretty big points, and they're very important. And I'll explain those later. If you see something in blue, where if you put your mouse over it, a finger pops up, like you could click it. Okay, so this particular one, it's going to send you to some different final projects for your final paper, just to kind of show you what to expect by the very, very end of the semester. So you don't really have to necessarily worry about it, but you can just kind of see what do you expect out of this class. And it will be a lot of reading, and it will be a lot of writing, and absolutely worth it. It's great practice. You will really have, it's in all my experience, majority of my students who want to learn have a really good time. So I personally enjoy teaching, so hopefully you enjoyed the learning, despite the clown face videos over here. Oh yeah. Okay, so say you're on a page, you're like, I don't know where to go. Always go back to modules. Always go back to that left-hand side, click modules. It's going to bring you right back where you need to go. The first week information is going to feel like a lot, and that's okay. It's just kind of throwing it at you, so that way you can always also, when you first clock into your modules, you can always see the information right in front of you, and then you can scroll down to the other weeks. This is going to be your very, very first assignment, which is due Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday, the first day of class. You are already going to have an assignment, but don't worry, it's very easy. All I want you to do when you click on this is, there we go. You want to introduce yourself to class. This is kind of my way of taking roll. Helps me know who's here, what are your interests, what are things you like. Share something with us, videos, pictures, go with whatever you want. We'd love to get to know you. And the more we get to know you, the easier it is to work with you and have conversations. So go ahead, pictures, whatever you'd like. Once you do this, keep in mind, don't wait until 11:58 to post or 11:57, because God knows how many times someone's tried to do that and it timed out on them and it kicked them out. And that was it. And that was it. Okay, so make sure that since you know I'm giving this to you early, make sure you go through and post earlier than later. Okay, it's true sometimes at the last minute, like, oh, I forgot to turn that in. I gotta go do that. It happens. Don't try and wait until the last minute. Please get into the habit and the balance of always trying to turn things in sooner than later. Once you turn that in on by Friday, I want you to read at least 3 or 4 other peers and give a quick response. It doesn't have to be wild and weird, just something to kind of say, hey, I see you. How are you? And my name is this. And I enjoy kittens too. Right? Not everybody enjoys kittens, so it's nice to know who does. All right, so we'll go back to modules again over on the side. And we're going to go to our next thing that we're going to be doing, which is, see, we talk about the little page here. This is going to be where I give you all the goodies. I'm going to give you all the stuff you pretty much need for the class. If you couldn't find it in the module, it's pretty much here. Or if you couldn't find it here, it's going to be in the module. So, all right. So here I'm going to give you my first lecture, all this good stuff. This first week for this assignment, I will walk you through, kind of give you a rough idea of what it is I'm looking for. And then for the next few weeks, you're going to see it's not as going to be as detailed, but it's going to be the same structure. Okay, so the first structure is always going to be, you're going to have something to read, you're going to have a quiz, and you're going to have a discussion. So that's pretty much how everything will work unless you have a large assignment due. The reading and the quizzes and the discussion, those are homework. The assignments are going to be like the narrative, the peer reviews, the source summaries. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, obviously on Tuesday, make sure you introduce yourself. You can click on this link. It's going to send you back to where we were for the discussion. Okay, ta-da, we're back here. When you go to respond to a discussion, all you have to do is reply. That's it. Just reply to this only. Don't reply to your peers unless you're going to respond to them. If you're going to make a response to the discussion, the actual, like your answer, you're going to hit reply to this only. Okay, and I say that very specifically because if you try and do a response under another student that's not actually responding to the peer, I'm probably going to miss it. Okay, so it ends up I have a lot of classes. There's a lot of reading and writing for me to do as well. So please make sure you follow through, and when you go to reply only to this. When it comes to posting your response to the discussion. Now, when you go to respond to your peers, then you just reply to the peer. Pretty simple, but I do want to make sure we get that clear, okay? I'll show it again as we go through. Okay, so on Tuesday, just make sure you introduce yourself. When you go to respond to your peers, respond to the peers only, not the actual discussion itself. So once you've done your introduction, start reading Brainology. Brainology is going to be, when you click it, it's going to send you to my Google information. If for some reason you go there and it's asking you to sign in, you don't need to have a Google account. You can just create your own information, but that shouldn't be an issue. Everyone who has a link should be able to get into it without having to log in. All right, Brainology. It looks boring, but it's awesome. It's one of my favorite readings. I start the class with this for a reason. It's brilliant. So it really helps you understand who you are as just a learner, just as someone as a human. What kind of human are you? Are you a growth mindseted, or are you a fixed mindseted person? Okay. So once you do that, also take a look at the lecture before you take your quizzes, before you do your discussions. Take a look at the lecture. Okay, and that's important because this helps guide you to understand. What the quiz is going to be about. You could wait, but to be honest, usually when you read the lecture, sometimes I answer the questions. It just it goes that way. So I give you the answers, unfortunately, through lecture. So go ahead and watch all of them. That being the case, again, even if, I think it's this one, even if it's one of these videos and it's only like 50 seconds, please watch it. There's always a reason for everything that I add for a link. If there's a link, click it. Okay, your quiz is going to be due on Wednesday. Again, don't wait till the last minute. Don't wait until 11:57 or even 11:55 is really pushing it. Quizzes themselves are not timed. Like, you can have them open, but the problem with that is sometimes if you're on your phone and you try and do a quiz, what it'll do is it will time out on you. Maybe you might lose service. So always try and do quizzes and your reading responses on your laptop or your desktop. Okay. And again, don't wait till the last minute, because even if you're in the middle of it and it goes through and it hits like 11:59 midnight and you're right in the middle of trying to turn it in, it'll probably kick you out without giving you satisfaction of posting your answers. So that being the case, don't do that to yourself. Don't spend all that time trying to work on it just to wait to the last minute and get kicked out. Okay, and then you want to make sure with your discussion response, again, you can click on this. Thursday, don't wait the last minute. I say this 1,000 times. You're going to get sick of it. Maybe you'll be so sick of it, you'll do it to where you'll make sure you don't turn it in late. Okay, and then lastly, you always want to make sure that you respond to your peers by Friday. Okay, Friday 11:59. It doesn't say that here, but I'll put that in there. Both the introduction and the actual reading responses. Okay, so for the introductions, I want you to do a little bit more just because it's a little easier. Where you're like, oh yay, great to meet you too. I like cats as well, and or I'm more of a dog person, but welcome. Okay, when it comes to the other reading responses. As I've said before in the other introduction, you'll see very thorough, deep conversations, not like a, yeah, me too, thumbs up response, but something that's very thorough and interacts with the people above you. Okay? So again, lecture. I have a PowerPoint with some of these. Not always do I have a PowerPoint, but sometimes it helps me guide me. Maybe it guides you. So you could maybe look at the PowerPoint and listen to my lecture if that helps you. However you want to work it, it's all up to you. On here, you're also going to show that I will have homework for the week that's coming up. So for next week, you're going to see that we have options for, sometimes I have videos for the readings, sometimes I don't. So you can just click it and it'll play. Give me a second here. So the Pigeon Shaka Yoga, you can actually do it with him. It's really fun. I normally do it with my classes. Sorry. So normally I do this with my students. We all stand up and we do a little Pigeon Shaka Yoga. It's really, really fun. I think it's fun, but I really love yoga and I really like pigeons. So to me, it's enjoyable. You can do it with your kids. You can do it with your roommates. You can do it with your cat or your dog. I don't know, whatever. But just go ahead and you can enjoy that. It's going to give you how to speak pigeon. It really kind of give you an idea of what it's going to sound like. The same here. 55 pigeon phrases. Same gentleman, love this guy, is going to kind of walk you through it, give you a little information. So again, if there is a blue link, click it. All right, so here we have a little comedy skit about periods, a little audio reading of Beowulf. If you don't know who Beowulf is, go ahead and Google that information as well. You'll see why I have these up here, okay? Once you see all those, you're going to do readings. And these readings here, you might notice that this looks very familiar right here, Wild Meat and the Bully Burgers. You will be purchasing this book. I'd suggest sooner than later, but I already have the readings here for you if you don't have the book. Don't worry about it just yet. The second half of the semester, we will be reading this book. So the sooner you get the book, the sooner you can start reading it and get used to it. Next, we've got a poem. We have a work by Williams called Literacy, and then Edmund Spencer and Christopher Marlowe, well-known authors. You're going to read their work and go, huh? All right. And then here's going to be a picture that's going to be a part of understanding literacy, okay? So anyway, give you everything you could possibly need week 1 going into week 2. Again, we'll go back up to modules. Okay, you'll notice all of everything that was in this particular module, this page right here, included the quizzes and the reading responses and vocabulary words too. Vocabulary words you're going to see, I'll show you this link over here on week 2. Takes just a second. Again, so I kind of reiterate everything that you're going to be doing for the week. These are going to be the vocabulary words that I want you to know, okay? And you will be using these vocabulary words in your responses, okay? So when you start doing a discussion, I want you to include the vocabulary to show me that you understand what it means. And we're not using them for like an emotional response or anything like that. We're doing that because we're showing you, I know this to be the actual definition of this word, and this is how I'm choosing to use it. That being the case, there's going to be a lot of words in here. Some of them might have, for you, I don't know, maybe a personal reaction. You might see something like, I don't know, white fragility, and you might go, oh my God, don't freak out. These are the words that I'm giving you. The reason why they're here is a lot of times people do use these words for what they believe to be an emotional reaction. But what we're going to be doing is using them for what they are and explaining and understanding them. All right. So like privilege, intersectionality, affirmative action. We just have so many, I think, necessary vocabulary words to really understand ways in which we're going to use them. And also maybe a little backdrop into what it is, like settler colonialization, colonialism. Oh my lord, sorry guys, this is like video 5 for the day. Anyway, so go ahead and read through and understand exactly like what does that mean. And each vocabulary word is in relation to the reading. The words themselves may not be in the reading, but they are a part of understanding exactly what it means, like morality and assumptions. And what are assumptions and what do we assume? What are assumptions and how do we apply them to life? Okay. So keep in mind on these lectures here, I apologize. As I was recording it, my camera kept going out. And so you might have a 7-minute video, and I think that's like a 4-minute video. While there is kind of a few to click, please make sure you watch everything. This will be the PowerPoint for you. The PowerPoint will probably guide you along. I'm going to rephrase that. The PowerPoint will guide you along, so you can click on that as well. Okay. Then we come through, and this will tell you the things that are going to be due for the week. There will be 4 quizzes. They will all be due by Wednesday. If you do the readings, it's super easy. There isn't going to be any issue. I'll even put up the questions for the quizzes so you can get to them as well. Then after that, let's see here, you have a discussion, and then we'll do the next homework. And again, some of them will have, let's see here, videos to watch before the readings, and then the readings themselves. Okay. All right. So anyway, these are just the first 2 weeks and kind of guiding you through how to use Canvas and what to really expect. If you have any questions or concerns, please go ahead and email me. But I tell you, before you email me, click all the links, watch all the videos, read all the things, okay? Because if you email me and I know that the answer is in that information, I'm probably going to respond to say, did you read all the things? Did you watch all the videos? And did you click all the links? Okay? Or you might just say, it's in the information that I gave you. Okay? If I do that, that is helping you to help yourself so that you're not just reaching out mindlessly asking me for questions. And I really want to break us all of the habit of going, well, what do I do? Take time, take patience, do the reading, do the videos, do all of that, and it's going to give you everything you could possibly need, okay? And again, everything is here. We've got so much. It's fantastic. Lots of work, but definitely a labor of love for you. So anyway, if you have any questions, go ahead and email me. We will not be meeting like Zooms or anything like that, unless for some reason as we move along, it's something we as a whole decide on. But don't panic. If you're like me, I can't tell you how many times in just the last week my technology has pooped out on me, and I really fear it might do that to me again when I'm trying to help you guys out. So that being the case, for now, we're going to put no mandatory Zooms or anything like that. I might hold one where, we can all sit together and have a conversation if that helps you. So if there are things that you do need, please go ahead and email me. Let me know. If there's something that I missed, please go ahead, let me know, and I will absolutely get to it and help you out. So thank you all very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing all your wonderful work.